small business has a story, and today we are sitting down with the people behind those local businesses to talk to them more about what makes their organization special. Hi, I'm Heather Alto with the Central Virginia Business Coalition.
And I'm Mike Norfield with Visiting Angels of Lynchburg.
And today we are spilling the tea with Jennifer Sherwood, and she is here representing the Puzzled Foundation. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's good to have you. Wanted to kind of just get started and say, what's the story behind Puzzled? Like, tell us a little bit about the organization.
Puzzled is a nonprofit organization that focuses on individuals or children with disabilities or different abilities in autism. The foundation has been around for about 12 or 13 years. Blake Bryant started the foundation and has been growing since then.
So you're here representing Puzzled today as a board member. So how did this adventure start for you? Tell us a little bit about your journey with Puzzled.
I have seen Puzzled mentioned many times along the way, and I actually had a friend go to one of their car shows, and that year they had a car there that was allowing people to put kids with autism's name on there. My friend had put my son's name on there. And so I'd seen, different advertisements about it along the way, but about a year ago, Blake came into my shop and started talking about Puzzled, and I let him know that I had a son with autism. And so he came in and started telling me about it and asking, if I wanted to be involved. And I really enjoyed hearing what he had to say and his passion behind it. So it really spoke to me. And so that's how I kind of got started.
So what made you make the leap? So after you talked to him and you kind of got started, what really, geared you up into working with them?
So hearing the nonprofit was one that was 100% volunteer run was very important to me. Mm-hmm. I realized that they kind of, did it because they had heart, and everyone involved with the foundation has heart. And so I realized at that point that I wanted to be involved to kind of continue to advocate for my son as I've done for his whole life. So I really liked the fact that everyone was just volunteer based. And when you talk to Blake, if any of you have talked to Blake, he has a heart of gold. He really loves what he does. So that really came through to me. And I realized at that point that I also needed to advocate for not only my son, but everybody's child as well. And I realized I wanted to do it with them.
That's awesome.
What do you think has been one of the biggest challenges for Puzzled and for you through this journey?
Probably one of the biggest challenges so far has been, we recently got our 501c3 this past year. And so that was a bit challenging, going through all the obstacles of that, before it was under other people's numbers and that kind of thing. So we're officially a 501c3. So that was definitely challenging. But outside of that, I'd say probably one of the biggest challenges is just education, letting people know that we're here, what we do, and that no one's alone. Mm-hmm. So getting that education out and letting people know what we do has been certainly a challenge. That's probably one of the biggest obstacles.
So how are you guys navigating that? Like, what are you doing in the community to kind of push that awareness?
So we actually go to lots of different events. You'll see Blake and other members set up at different fundraisers and that kind of thing, or different shows. We're also putting on fundraisers. We're looking at putting together more type events ourselves so that we could get out there. And so we've built a better website presence as well. And we're also pushing more on Facebook and that sort of thing to kind of educate people that we're here.
Okay. And what keeps you pushing forward for Puzzled?
For myself?
Yeah.
My son. My son is the driving force behind everything that I do.
And he's great. So he's an adventure every day.
Absolutely.
So why is it so important for Puzzled to be in Central Virginia?
So it's important because there's so many parents like myself who are out there and we feel alone. Mm. We face challenges every day that most people would never understand. And so it's important to me and our foundation to make sure that people see that we are a foundation that's full of heart and all of us do what we do. And we try to provide resources or even just a listening ear for people to let them know that we're here. You're not alone. And as an autistic parent, that's tough sometimes because we have to navigate where we go, what we do. We feel isolated, that people just don't understand. And I want people to know personally that when you come in this foundation or you see us listed somewhere, we're not just a foundation looking to raise money, but we understand. We get it. It's not about money to us. It's about making sure people understand.
So knowing Blake, I know he is always looking for ways to not just fundraise, but to make sure that money is used to go back for children with autism, adults with the whole excuse the pun, but the whole spectrum. Like he wants to do things for the community. He wants to get it out as soon as it comes in, and it's a great thing. So,
Yeah, definitely.
Well, and speaking of events and education, you have a fundraiser going on coming up here in April. So tell us a little bit more about, actually, I'm going to open these up and tell us more about these awesome donuts we've got here. And my box doesn't want to open, so we're just going to let you see. There we go. Yeah, tell us more about these donuts we've got here.
Yeah, so we've partnered with Shipley Donuts. They are puzzle pieces, as you can see in the box. And so for the month of April, a portion of the proceeds will be donated to the Puzzled Foundation for boxes that are sold.
Awesome. And you also have another fundraiser coming up in April, too?
Yes, on April the 11th, we're doing a designer purse bingo.
Okay, so 2 awesome opportunities to support Puzzled Foundation in the month of April.
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect.
all right. And are we ready for the hard question?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So the hardest question, the most controversial question that we ever ask here on Tea Time, is sweet tea or unsweet tea?
Neither.
Okay.
Neither. Okay, so what is your favorite local business here in the area? Or organization? Aside from Puzzled. Because we already know the answer to that.
Gosh, you guys are putting me on the spot.
Today, in a minute, it's going to be Shipley Donuts.
Yes,
That's right.
Yes, Shipley Donuts. There we have it. Yes.
And Shipley, I love the puzzle pieces. I picked these up this morning, and the smell has been taunting me the whole way here, and I was scared to eat one in case we had to show an empty box. So
Yeah. So tell us, what is the best business advice you've been given, or even for the nonprofit as y'all been trying to put together the 501c3?
Probably it would be, the best advice is just to keep going. We hit a lot of obstacles, but like I said, our foundation, every board member and everybody affiliated has so much heart, and they do it because they want to be there. And so we just keep going. We just deal with one thing at a time and keep going.
So working with an organization like Puzzled, what do you think is the biggest myth about maybe Puzzled or a nonprofit like that?
For me, I would have to say is people think that all nonprofits get paid or they have employees that get paid, and that's not true. Nobody gets a paycheck from Puzzled. It's just all heart.
That's good to know. So what is one thing you wish you had known before being on the board of a nonprofit organization?
That it can be trying at times.
Yeah.
That it can be definitely, you hit struggles. But if you have heart and you believe in what you do and you understand why you're doing it, it kind of helps you keep trugging along.
And how can people best connect or support with Puzzled?
Definitely to follow us on Facebook. We try to stay up to date on Facebook. We have a website. You can volunteer. We do like interns and that kind of thing. So you can volunteer on our website. You can donate, become sponsors on our website. And then just follow us on social media. We're trying to get more of a bigger social media presence in videos.
And I know like the car show is like your biggest event at Pittman Plaza. It's hundreds of cars, lots of vendors, lots of good food, prizes, donut eating contest. All the things, right? You are always looking for volunteers for that, right?
Absolutely.
So if somebody wanted to volunteer, they could reach out through the Facebook group or
yes,
through the
or on
website?
our website. Yes, we have forms on there that you can fill out.
Perfect.
Thank you for joining us on Tea Time today with the Central Virginia Business Coalition and the Puzzled Foundation. If you'd like to learn more about Puzzled and how you can help support them or any of our other local members, you can check out our website, www.cvabc.org. If you would like to join us on Tea Time and spill the tea about your business, you can contact us there as well.